Alrighty. Welcome to Fireside chat. This one might be kind of short. We'll see. But as far as what we've got coming up, events-wise, we've got a big warband competition, which I know I said I was going to announce by the end of yesterday, but we didn't have all the flags in. Each warband is making their own flag, and we basically have them all now. Draffin's Vanguard, aka Kvasir's Composers, I'm still waiting on their final one, but I'm probably just going to announce the event with the current draft of the flag they have. I can always edit the scoreboard with their updated flag later on. But I think basically we have a workable flag for all six, so I'm going to announce that probably after Fireside, honestly. And that's going to start at noon PST tomorrow. And I'm going to have it run not quite as long. I think the Hero thing might have gone on like a little bit longer than I had to, so I thought it's going to run from the 29th until Monday, July 9th is the plan. So it's like a week and a half. It gives us 2 weekends. So yeah, hopefully that'll be fun. Other than that, nothing really. I mean, just stuff on the calendar. I mean, we've had some a couple new events get added there. Ducky's hosting Spearfish Saturday on Saturdays at 5 Pacific. And we're gonna have he's also hosting Fun with Guns every other Tuesday. So it's gonna be July 10th and July 24th. So when I put the July calendar up, everybody will see that. That's about all we've got as far as events. As far as things to discuss or argue about, not a whole lot. I guess a little sneak peek into the all thing. We were talking about what most recently people being recruited multiple times, like in being in a house previously. And I think the consensus, which I agree with as well, is that the first time you're recruited officially into WA, that's your house, and you're just kind of stuck with it. And I think that makes sense. And there's a little bit of confusion because we had a new recruit who we thought, Corpusstein, we thought he had been recruited previously, but I believe he actually was never really recruited. He was just invited to the server. And then the other thing we're talking about is the quote wall, and I know we had some talks about whether we should keep that or get rid of it, and I think the conclusion is a lot of people do like it, so it will probably stick around. But yeah, we'll see.
I haven't heard an actually really good reason for getting rid of the quote wall. The only cases of people not wanting it there have been from people who had their quotes removed recently and just didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, I know like not everyone's like a huge fan of like moderation. I mean, especially anytime you post something and gets removed, obviously like you're gonna be mad. I understand that, but that's just kind of a thing that happens. I mean, we have to moderate some things, and sometimes it's not things that everyone can easily agree on and come to a conclusion on, but just have to do the best we can.
I mean, I think people kind of reserve the right to like, if especially on here where it's public, but it's also pretty much owned by you and the rest of WA. But if someone like has something like taken way too out of context about themselves they just don't like, I feel like that's totally fair for them to not want to have that on there and for it to be taken down.
I think just piggyback on that. I think if someone requests a quote from them, not something they posted, but if you get quoted, I think you should be allowed to ask the poster to remove it. Because 9 times out of 10, they're posting it in good fun anyway. But I think some of the quotes are kind of edge cases where they're a little bit of throwing shade, and they're not really nice. And it's usually really out of context, and it kind of just hurts the person's reputation in a sense. And yeah, you should just reserve the right to ask someone to remove a post about you. But other than that, you should stay.
Yeah, I fully agree. I mean, the point is definitely not to make anyone feel bad or anything with the quotes, and I think if people want one taken down, we can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we want to avoid is having this become a platform to harass others.
Very true. I'm actually using Wi-Fi right now, so I'm not sure the stream quality might not be super great, but I will upload it to YouTube. I know I haven't been uploading to YouTube. I'm kind of procrastinating that, but I will for sure start putting those up. So if the quality is not super great, it should be better on the YouTube upload for sure. Okay, well, yeah, that was kind of the two things we were talking about in the all thing, and I don't know, there wasn't a whole lot of dissent on either one, so I think.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like pretty clear cut. It's like the last thing we want is harassment, and so when we keep that as a priority, then yeah, you should be able to take stuff down, or you should ask if you want something taken down. So like, members not being harassed will always be top priority.
Yes. I also think it would be an important thing to note down any quotes that are removed, but I'm assuming you guys are already on that.
You mean like yeah, like
person A posts
an incident report case.
person B, and it has to be removed. I would make note of, who originally posted it and what the quote was.
Well, yeah. Then if we're to do that, then we have to go more in depth in it. Like maybe like what was posted out of context, wasn't meant to be, harassment. So that'll definitely be an investigation of its own.
Yeah, I just for record keeping purposes, that's probably something that should happen, because we may see more removal of quotes with that rule.
But I mean, it kind of depends though. Like it's like how far do we want to go with it? Where we have this like little bingo book of people like, oh, this person's prone to saying bad things, or like prone to taking things way too out of context. But it's like, I guess what I'm trying to get is like, how controlling do we want to get?
I don't know. I think well, like you said, as long as it's not a platform for targeting certain people, then it's a good thing. But also, if someone is repeatedly posting negative things about others, and it seems like they're just posting it to post them at that point, then those things should definitely be tracked, and that person probably need a talking to, hypothetically. So like, rather than just deleting the post and forgetting about it, maybe just make note of it, just for long-term purposes.
Yeah, I think, and that goes hand in hand with the incident report channel that just got made pretty recently, which basically is supposed to make the whole thing about if somebody breaks rules, what do you do? How do we remember who has been warned about breaking a rule and all that stuff. Basically, that will all go in the incident report channel, which has not been used yet, but yeah, I think that will be the plan. Is if somebody posts a quote and it gets removed and something like that, or talk to or something like that, that can get posted into the report channel, so we can keep track of it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, like I said, this might not be super long. We've got not a whole lot to talk about. I don't know. Did anybody have anything they wanted to bring up?
Yeah. So one of the things that we talked about from the last meeting was having deadlines. Was the flags not being prepared on time supposed to be one of these deadlines, or was that something that wasn't very clear to everybody?
I really wanted them to be prepared on time, and I think part of that is Kvasir's got somebody from the Artisans Guild to make it, not somebody in their warbands, so maybe they didn't make the deadline clear to him, but they have a reasonable product right now. They have a flag we can use, so it's not a huge deal. But yeah, I definitely was hoping to get it announced yesterday, but I don't think it's the end of the world.
Can't you just announce it without the flags? I mean, the flags are just for the scoreboard, are they not?
Yeah, I wanted to post the scoreboard and announce the rules and just do everything all at once with my hand. And also announce the 3 warbands that have kind of changed their names and just kind of do it all at once, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what I'm just gonna do now. Is thing after Fireside, I'll just announce it, and basically all the 5 of the flags are done, I think, and the 6th one is there. He just said they were gonna add like some runes to it or something, which is not a big deal to edit later, like I said. So shouldn't be a big problem. And I did look back at my post, and I mean, I wasn't like super clear on a deadline. I just said Warband competition is gonna start in less than 2 weeks.
Do we?
Looking,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask him, like, looking back on it, is best. Do you think that's something you should be starting then?
All right, so
Do we have a
Answers there, Pedro.
thanks. Do we have sorry, have we established if the rules are the same as the Here thing?
oh yeah. So I'll post like a rules document thing, but they are basically the same.
What about the officers? Do we have a clear, like, are they bondsmen if you win them, kind of thing? Like, well, I think that was discussed at one point.
Yeah. So basically, all the officers are like free agents essentially, and you just have to beat them in a game. Like you challenge them to earn them to fight for your warband for 5. I'm gonna do 5 battles since that they're already. I mean, kind of the point of officers is to be bondsmen, so I made it longer. It was 3 battles last time, so.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, that's the plan, and that's supposed to start tomorrow at noon. So yeah, I'll announce that after Fireside. And let me look at my announcement document I had prepared just to make sure there isn't anything else. I can just go over here. Let's see. One of the things I am going to do is I'm going to have 1 or 2 Google Docs for keeping track of all the active challenges and points and stuff, so that'll be a little bit easier. Because I think one of the problems with the Hero thing before was there was a lot of active challenges that were sent out and that were supposed to be done, and then people like didn't do them or forgot about them like a week later, and then people didn't know what should happen. So I think keeping them a little more organized that way in like a Google Doc should help. So I'll do that, and oh yeah, so I am going to announce that I would like each warband to start keeping a codex along with announcing this upcoming competition, because my thinking is it's the perfect time for the first entry or entries, or maybe just one entry. It's talking about what your warband does in the competition, and who participated or battles fought or anything like that. And yeah, my hope is that it can be anything. It can just be a document pinned in the warband channel. It could be a Google Doc. It could be some art picture thing you make.
So we're going through with that idea, but it's not going to be a channel. It's going to be a some sort of document.
That was my thinking. I mean, I'm open to making a channel for any warbands that want it, but I figured
So we are keeping the archive then.
Yeah, at least for now.
Okay.
No more channels.
Less channels.
We should show Paddle the old Dippity and Dane codexes as an
Yeah,
example.
yeah, those are on the forums, and that was my goal, was to share those as like the perfect example of what I was thinking when I was calling them warband codexes. And yeah, basically,
Is that what you posted in the Huskarl moot? Like originally when you made the channel?
yeah, I posted the White Knight Codex. Yeah. So it's a little different because obviously they're in Night Order, and it's not quite the same thing, but that's kind of what I was going for. And I mean, they don't have to look like that or anything. Like it can be like something really simple, like a TXT document. It can be secret, like only people in your warband can look at it if you want, or it can be a Google Doc that anybody can look at and edit in your warband, and you can say maybe only the Huskarl is in charge of it, or maybe you want this can be something the Berserkers can do, or maybe something everybody in the warband is allowed to edit it. I kind of leave it up to Huskarls what they want to do. I guess my only like requirement is just that they have something where they can record stuff about the people in their warband and what they did.
Gotcha. No, I'm all for that. Like, sounds interesting.
Yeah, I hope people will have fun with it, and I'll try to like post in each warband chat and give some direction. I think, because I'm sure not every Huskarl will know like exactly what I want or what I'm looking for. I guess I'm trying to be like Huskarls can just kind of run with it, like whatever they want to do with it, with just that basic requirement of general history writing, generally recording stuff, warband accomplishments, all that kind of thing, in one way or another.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so hopefully that will be fun. Yeah, I'm turning back to the stream half the time and it's loading, so I'm guessing if anybody's watching it's not super high quality, but oh well, it will be on YouTube and should be a lot better. Yeah, anybody have anything else they wanted to go over?
No, not much to say this week, I think.
Yeah. No boards of review or sit reps or anything like that.
Question.
Hmm?
What is happening with the warbands that don't have a Huskarl?
Oh, so for Franz Watchers, I suppose if you want to do it, I guess I kind of leave it up to you, Rand, like how you want to do it. Like I said, if you want to assign it to like a Berserker as like their thing to do, or just you can make it just a Google Doc and anybody in the warband can edit it. Definitely, it's a little bit of a weird thing with Franz Watchers not having a Huskarl, but we can figure it out whether it's those guys, you want to do it with just one person's job or everybody's, or Rand wants to do it himself. Definitely any of those options would work.
If I don't know if this is proper for Fireside, probably more for an all thing, but do we have, just generally, do we not have anyone that would be qualified for the next Huskarl?
I have someone in mind.
Oh,
Okay, perfect.
well, there we go.
That's all I wanted to know.
Not my warband, but I have someone in mind.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's easier having Huskarls. And actually, looking back, I'm not really sure how we navigated it without any Huskarls at the very start of this system. I think just Solet and Fold did a lot. But I feel like now that we're getting all these Huskarls and some more Berserkers and stuff, it feels a lot nicer. I feel like it really gives us the power to make the warbands kind of more like empowered and unique and stuff like that, which I think is pretty exciting. I'm hoping they will start to become as cool as I think houses are, and I think, like we've kind of talked about before, that part of that is just time. But I'm trying to throw out ideas like the codexes and stuff, and hopefully that will I think the important thing right now is to make people know which warband they're in and feel like there's a point to it and be proud that they're in that warband. Like they think it's cool, not just like, oh, what is this random channel, you know? But yeah, I guess with that we might call it unless anyone has any closing comments.
I'm good.
Don't have Eudor here to say ban Evelyn at the end of any stream.
Ban Evelyn. There you go.
Well, I think she has been banned in Pro Play, actually, from what I've been watching. I think she's pretty good right now. Maybe EO is better stay away from League of Legends until that boils over. But anyway, digressing, thank you guys for showing up. Thank you anybody who is watching. Apologies for the stream quality. I will upload it to YouTube and announce the Warband competition after this. So yeah, look forward to that and Fireside Chat next week. So with that, we'll be signing off the stream. See you guys then.